This penny stock just went on a 226% run in 2 days. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And today we're speaking about Foresight Autonomous Holdings. Now, there are two primary exciting things about this company that you need to know about. The first one is in the name. They're obviously in autonomy. They're working on the design, development and commercialization of sensor systems for self-driving vehicles. A lot of people are rumoring that they may well be working with Tesla in regards to the Cybertruck, which could make sense because we know Elon Musk is not a fan of LiDAR technology, and this is not LiDAR. But then there is also this, their Roni symptom detection mass screening solution. So they are two very, volatile markets, let's say. And they're up 200% in a matter of 2 days. So the question that I'm getting asked right now is, do I think these guys are a buy right now? I just want to say from the start as well, guys, I didn't know about these companies till a couple of days ago. So no, I am not invested in them. And I want to give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber called Dead Inside. That's a great name, by the way, my friend. He seems to be the one who put this on a lot of people's radar. So there we go. But today I'm just going to let you guys know what I think of it. When we speak about penny stocks, we have to answer the question, do I think it's a swing trade? Do I think it's too late? Do I think it could be a good long-term investment? Would I be waiting for a pullback? Things of the likes. I just want to give you guys a decent understanding of the company, what they actually do, and what they've done this year in particular. So right before we do get into the video, my friends, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and please subscribe if you're new around here. All of that helps me out big time. If you're interested in joining my private Discord group where you get my buy and sell alerts, we have a penny stock channel. That's the first link in the description. And if you want 4 free stocks on Webull, that's the second link in the description. You have to sign up, deposit $100, and then you get 4 free stocks. So let's just start it off again. Price action wise, there's already been a crazy move made. That should go without saying. A lot of times with penny stocks, you have to be in them before the masses know about them. That's what makes them so lucrative, and that's what makes them so difficult, and that's what makes a lot of people lose money on penny stocks. The guys who are making the big money were investing down here, and these guys were in the ones, 150 to 180, whatever. A lot of people didn't find out about them till here. They're in the fives, you know what I mean? A lot of people might be starting to buy now, and that's where a lot of people end up losing money. You can see pre-market now, it's 78% in the red as of recording this video. Now, one red day does not decide the fate of a company, and the people who still got in nice and early are still up an awful lot, but there's a lot of people who get late to the party, they don't really understand the company, and they end up selling off. So that's just something to understand with these penny stocks, my friends. If you're not to the party early, if you're one of the people who jumps on the bandwagon when it's up 200, 300, 400%, you may well end up making some money, but a lot of the time you're going to see something like this, and you're going to be scared then because you don't understand the company. That's why a lot of people will lose money on penny stocks. But anyway, right, let's just start it off right here. So, 6 things to know about AV Play Foresight Autonomous. So, as of the writing of this article, 58 million shares of the stock had changed hands, okay? Their average daily trading volume is only 4.65 million shares. And this did come off the back of pretty much no news on these particular days as well, so I'm not sure what's going on. That is some absolutely huge volume, my friends. Now, maybe it just could be more people finding out about it, there's more YouTubers covering it, more people could be doing their research, etc, etc. But that is an absolutely huge spike, and oftentimes when we see those huge spikes, they are followed by pullbacks. So the company announced earlier on in the month it received a $1 million grant for the development of its sensor systems. We'll get into that later on. They've been the target of speculation from some investors of late over a possible partnership with Tesla. Some believe the company is making cameras used in the upcoming Cybertruck, but again, this is pure speculation, my friends. They are dedicated to the creation of AV devices. As we said in the intro, they're working on the design, development and commercialization of sensor systems for self-driving vehicles. So that's the first thing people will find out about this company, and again, it's in the name, it's autonomy. The company boasts that its quad-site sensors are particularly effective at sensing objects in poor weather conditions. That includes complete darkness, rain, haze, fog and glare. They mention it's targeting the semi-autonomous and fully autonomous vehicle market with this sensor. Now, one thing that article in particular did not mention that is inside this company's investor presentation is this, okay? The Roni symptom detection mass screening solution. So there's a patent submitted in the United States for a system to detect up to 6 common symptoms of the Roni. The system leverages thermal cameras, artificial intelligence, and advanced algorithms. It detects systems including fever, cough, and signs of fatigue. It's a combination of their intellectual property, thermal cameras, and visible light cameras avoids false positives, and it's under accelerated development. And what's more than this is a piece of news we got towards the end of October. Foresight to launch its Roni symptom detection solution in Japan at stcok 2020 exhibition. So this solution was presented by a leading Japanese trading house focusing on communication and security solutions, which has worked with various Israeli technology companies for more than 25 years. A successful presentation may lead to possible commercialization of Foresight's solution in various governmental premises and critical facilities. So I think you guys can see why a lot of people would get excited about this company. We already have the prospects of government contracts in regards to an absolutely deadly virus. And they are also in autonomous solutions, and it's not LiDAR, which does mean there is potential they could work with Tesla somewhere down the line. But again, I wouldn't be betting just on that happening. But two very prominent areas under one company that is very cheap right now. Now, I have not been able to find more news on this or how it has gone, if it has led to any talks happening yet. I'm sure we will find out relatively soon, but only time will tell us. Now, if you go to their Q3 2020 financial results, I mean, we're not really too interested in the financial results just yet. We know they're a penny stock. We know they're not doing much. We can see research and development expenses were 2.15 million. G&A was 918,000. GAAP net loss for the 3 months ended September 30th was nearly 4 million, which isn't particularly good when you do see they only have 14.5 million in cash and short-term deposits. But still, that's penny stocks. What I'm more interested is the recent corporate highlights. So they received 2 product orders from Elbit Systems Limited. According to the agreement, Foresight will supply a quad-site prototype system with wide-angle field of view detection capabilities to meet Elbit Systems' specific requirements. They initiated the pilot project for the Roni screening solution, which is what we just spoke about a second ago. They received order for 2 prototype systems from multi-billion-dollar Chinese company, and again that was 2 quad-site vision systems. Real Vision signed commercial agreement to supply shunting yard systems to leading European train operator. That's another thing. We have Rail Vision, so that's obstacle detection and classification systems for the railway industry. Now you can see these guys own 24% of Rail Vision. That was only founded 2016. It only has 65 employees, but again, it is another sector. iNet Mobile received patent approval for accident prevention solutions. Now, they are a wholly owned subsidiary of Foresight. So they received a notice of allowance from the US Patent and Trademark Office for its patent application for a system and method for preventing car accidents and collisions between vehicles and pedestrians. And they announced 2 pilot projects with global Japanese technology companies. If you know me, you know that I like seeing my companies taking action. I like seeing news and constant news. The more news, the better. So not that I'm involved in this company in any way whatsoever, but seeing things like this happening, I love to see it personally. The cash position, you know, would be a little bit worrying. And considering how quickly this stock has gone up in value and the fact they're not in a great cash position, I would more than likely expect some dilution soon. But that's a risk you're always going to be running with literally any penny stock out there, so you can't let that, you know, defer you too much. So Foresight Automotive at a glance, okay? So they're advanced safety, driver assistance and autonomous driving vision solutions. So about 70 employees right now, and they are all mainly research and development, which again is fine for a company who is at the stage that these guys are. They have 6 patents. They have their core technology, their mature technology, founded 2015, and they boast the fact that, you know, this is going to work literally at any time in the harshest of weather conditions, when it's pitch black, when it's foggy, when it's snowy, all of the time. And the technology, they go through the basics here. Stereoscopy, it just uses 2 synchronized cameras to generate a depth map and provide accurate obstacle detection and classification. 3D point cloud, so it provides 3D data for obstacle detection, terrain analysis and sensor fusion. And their infrared thermal cameras, which I already spoke a little bit about earlier on. So you see it all comes together. The visible cameras and the thermal cameras turns to fusion, and that's why they say they can see in any conditions. And the markets, I mean, it can be pretty much for anything that has wheels, let's be honest guys. Then there is iNet Mobile, so we spoke about them when we were looking through, you know, the Q3 report, some of the things that had happened, okay? They're a cellular-based V2X accident prevention solution. Now, 11 employees, mainly R&D, 2 patents. This is 100% fully owned by Foresight, okay? So how do these guys work, okay? Each of the installed mobile devices is aware of its location and constantly transmits it to iNet servers. The iNet servers send the location of other devices in the vicinity to each device, effectively making devices aware of the road users around it, okay? The iNet application constantly searches for potentially dangerous conditions or collisions, and once a potential collision is detected, immediate visual and audio alerts are sent out to all users involved. Sounds really simple, but it also has a lot of power. And that's pretty much the basics, my friend. So I can see why people are getting very excited, okay? I can see why, if a lot of retail investors found out about this all at once, it would lead to a move upwards like this. Again, I'm not one of the people who bought in, okay? I wasn't aware of the company. If I was, I'm not even sure if I would have bought in either. I mean, there are of course worrying signs. The fact that they have 14.5 million in cash, and we had a GAAP net loss of 11.4 million in the 3rd quarter. Also, we're not very established yet. We don't have the most employees, the most sales, etc, etc. With that being said, in regards to that loss, a lot of that is going towards their research and development, which absolutely is key right now. It absolutely has to be done. And in regards to cash, I think they will find it very easy to raise it at this stage. I mean, for one, as I already said, diluting the share pool would be very easy to do. They could raise a whole lot of capital very quickly. But another one would be their Roni screener solutions, okay? If they get a government contract off this, or a contract from anywhere, you know, any big building that would benefit from it. Think supermarkets, think hotels, think big buildings. There is going to be more capital very, very quickly, and they could be paying a lot of money for this technology. It's normal to not like the financials of a penny stock, I'll put it that way. That's all I'm trying to say. I just do want you guys to be aware of that. So I suppose the question that everybody's going to want the answer to, do I plan on investing? Simply put, no, not whatsoever at these price points. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't, but I have zero intentions of doing so. So there's 51.7 million ADRs out there, okay? We're at 575 a share. I know in the after hours we're closer to 460, so the market cap is somewhere around $200 million. I mean, I am all for investing in the future. I'm all for investing in what could happen 12 to 24 months down the line. I cannot personally get behind that valuation. Does not mean I don't think it's going to do well. Honestly, I see it going higher. I really do. But I really don't like the risk to reward ratio on this one personally. If I had have gotten in the low $1 or the 150 range, yeah, I'd feel a little bit different right now. I wouldn't necessarily sell, but unless we see it come back down to those levels, which I really don't think is happening with how many more people know about these guys now, and I mean a lot of people are going to be excited about this company, I don't see it coming back to those levels. If I show you the stock chart in general, okay, we can see we gapped up here, came all the way back down, consolidated for a long time, okay? We gapped up here, but if I do bring you to the extended hours, that gap was filled in the after hours, so I wouldn't be too concerned about it. There has been nothing but upwards pressure though. This doesn't really happen very often, let's be completely honest. I would expect some sort of a considerable pullback soon if you are looking for an entry point. I know it's easy to say that when they're already 20% in the red pre-market, but I think it's going to go even a little bit lower potentially. But that's where I stand on the company. Have to say, guys, I'm excited about them. I really do like the look of them. I wish I had found out about them earlier, simply put I didn't. But I'm not going to be paying these prices. But anyway, my friends, if you watched all the way till the end, you are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful Christmas. If you enjoyed the video, maybe consider hitting that juicy like button, maybe drop me a comment down below, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that means the world to me. If you want to join that private Discord group, again, that's the first link in the description, and if you want your 4 free stocks on Webull, that's the second link, my friends. But anyway, guys, I hope you all have an absolutely beautiful day. I'll see you for another video very soon. Peace.